Hi all, welcome to Psychable official YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to stack graphs in Origin. Please watch the video. First open Origin software in your computer, then click new workbook, select the X and Y column. Use this icon to import the data, that is import single ASCII file. It will direct you to choose your folder where you save your data to plot. Select that ASCII file. Here I named the file as O1. Click O1 and open. Then the data will be in the workbook. Similarly, you can copy all your data into the workbook. Here I am taking three kind of data to stack, that is named O2 and O3. So I copy O2 into new workbook. Similarly, I copy O3 into new workbook. Then add four more columns to the new workbook and copy the second data to the new workbook. And you can name the second data to O2. Also, make the y axis, see y axis to see x axis. For that, you can right click and make the set as to x. So it will be cy to cx axis. Similarly, copy the third data and paste. Write the name O3, make ey into ex, right click set as x. So we have three kind of data: ax by, cx dy, ex fy. Select all of them. Use this icon which look like a stack graph. Click on the right side arrow. You have lot of options: multiple y-axis or stack by y offset. Among them, the best one is stack option. Click on that. A new window will open. This window is plot stack window. Here you will have a lot of option to modify your graph. For example, the plot type. You can choose line, scatter or line plus scatter, etc. Use this auto preview or preview option to see your stacked graph on right side. You can modify the graph appearance by choosing its orientation like portrait or landscape, or the stack direction vertical or horizontal. And also for legend, you can choose no legend or legend on each layer or one legend for all. I am selecting for one legend for each layer. Then x-axis link. You can choose the straight 1 to 1 or none. Straight 1 to 1 means you can see only one x-axis. If you choose none, all the three graph will have x-axis. And if all the things are ready, click OK. The stacked graph will appear. Then you can modify the graph appearance by changing the color which you like. Choose that color. If you don't want to change the color, then it's also fine. Modify all the x and y parameters. Then click OK. Then name your axis. For naming x axis, you can right click A. Then you will get the properties. Write the x axis name. Also, simply you can double click on the A, then write the name. Here, all the y-axis are same. So only one y-axis is required. So delete the other two and name the y-axis. Right click and write. It's very simple, isn't it? You can simply copy your data and stack them together. Now we can learn little more deeper on this. Suppose you have to stack different kind of graphs. having different number of y values. For example, you need to stack three graphs together. Each graph have different y values. For example, one graph has two y values, second one has three y values, and the third one has four y value. How you will stack them together? If you use the same procedure as I mentioned before, it won't work. Okay, let me teach you. First, open a new workbook and import the data. Here I named as A1. Click A1 and open. It will open in the workbook. Then name this as A1. This A1 has two y values, B and C y values. Similarly, you can open your other data to the new workbook. I already opened here. This is A2. So I naming as A2. This A2 has three Y values, B, C, and D. Similarly, I have A3, name as A3. A3 has four Y values, B, C, D, and E Y values. So among the three sample, the sample A3 has four Y values. So the maximum number of Y values available for my data is 4. And copy all them into a new workbook by keeping a point in mind that the maximum number of y values is 4 for A3 case. So copy A1, right click, copy and paste to the new workbook and name as A1. The maximum number of y value for A3 is 4. So just for A1 sample has two y values. So we need two more to get 4. Okay, then copy the A2 data and paste into the new workbook. So A2 has 3 y value. So set as X and name as A2. So this A2 has 3 y values. We need one more column to make it 4. Okay, then copy the fourth data for number of y value sample, that is A3. Copy that and paste. Okay. So in the case of first make it as X and the name as A3, and then coming into the sample case A1, we have two Y values. We have two column left. So we can copy the same Y value and paste on the C and D column. So now we have four Y values for A1 case. Similarly, for A2 case, we have only one column left. So copy any of the data and paste on the another column. So now all the A1, A2 and A3 has four Y values. So all them have same number of Y values now. Okay. Then select all of them together and use the stack option. Right click on the stack option and you will open a plot stack window. Auto preview is automatically open, but you can see the right side image. The stacking is not perfect. It has lot of layer. We have only 3 set of data, but the stacking has lot of layer. So there is something we need to change. Okay, just go to the plot alignment. So this we can control by changing the plot alignment. Now we have lot of y axis. So in the plot alignment, number of stacking in each layer or number of layer in each graph, that that point now it's 1. So we know that we have 4 y values for each graph, so we can make them as 4. 1 change to 4 and auto preview. Now the graph looks okay. So three different data set and each layer has 4 different y values. So now the stacking is okay. So what we need to change? We need to change the layer, number of layer in each graph. That we need to make it 4. What is your number of y value? You can use that y value. If the total number of y value is 3, you can use them as 3. If that is 5, you can use them as 5. So just remember to change here in the plot alignment. Okay. Then click OK. You can see the stacked image. Okay. 3 different set of data. And then right click on the first, or before changing the graph, maybe you can change the axis A, or the naming your X and Y axis. Right click on A, and here I am writing as binding energy BE. Similarly for Y axis, 3 Y axis are same. So just delete the 2 and keep the 1 y value and then name as whatever your y value. Here I am naming as intensity. So now we name the x and y axis. Then we know that the graph 1 has 2 y values, but this now showing 4 y values, so we need to avoid 2. So right click on the graph, you can see the window. Then here you can make them as line dependent, you can change to independent, and then click the line and then choose the line you want to avoid. We have only 2 y values, the other 2 y values are the exactly copying the same. So the last 2 y values we don't need, so we can make the line as the connect to no line for the last 2 y values. Change the last 2 y values. Okay, and then apply. So you can see the graph 1 has only 2 y values. And then change the legend, right click on the legend, then properties. So you can delete the last 2 legends and click OK. So the legend will be OK. And if you want to change the space on the legend, you can just avoid the spacing here and then click OK. Now the legend is OK. And similarly for the second graph, we have 3 y values, but we use 4 y values to plot. So here also make them as independent, and for line, the last y value you can make the connect no line. Then it won't appear in the graph. Then click OK. So the second set of data is also okay. Change the legend as we did for the first case. Just delete one last legend and make the space correct and then click OK. Okay, for the third graph, we don't need to change anything because we have 4 y values and this graph has 4 y values. So uh, we don't need to change anything. Now, depends upon your convenience, you can change the y axis value uh, and also the x axis value and also the legend type, the color, and everything you want to look it more beautiful. Is it very simple? Isn't it? If you like the video, please like and subscribe our channel. If you like the video, please suggest to your friends also. Thank you.